call that? We'll start it off by saying your current standings within Tai'ven Alashtar. I have you guys read both of you, sorry, read um the links I said before, like just a summary of like the houses in the kingdom.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. So, the united under three noble drow houses, Tai'ven Alashtar is a relatively small but strong standing city within the Underdark. Within the Underdark itself lies many, many more regions, and out towards the greater Undersea is many, many islands of just Drow, Duergar, Fire Giant, Illithid, all Underdark races, all spread throughout the sea underneath the land, underneath the surface. Up above the Underdark is the Underground, not to be confused with the Underdark. The Underground is basically where most of like the planet's mass and ground is, and where most of like the underground creatures do reside. Traveling to from the Underdark to the Underground, you guys use these. I just drew them in freehand for now. Basically, the orange little like lines thing indicate massive like columns, stalactite and stalagmite, like sort of like protrusions from both the ground of the Underdark and the sea, and the ground of the Underdark to like connect to each other, forming like these massive columns. And within these columns are hollowed out pathways that spiral up above towards the underground, and some of them even towards the surface, with where hidden sort of like drow enclave entrances are. We zoom in towards Tai'ven Alashtar, though, where you guys are from. You guys have you guys can decide whatever upbringing you'd like to have to determine your alignments and your personalities, your bonds and ideals. Although you guys are a little bit of the younger folk that are that have recently graduated from your time at the God-Touched Wilds, the training camp there. You guys are familiar with the other party as well. Basically, they were in the same camp as you lot. However, they are the first and fastest graduating class, thus earning them the embellishment and the royal symbols of the shoulder pads, the top graduates. Since then, they have been apparently reported to just been doing jobs for Tai'ven Alashtar, but all over the place, perhaps even in the surface. You guys have had your battalion standard for a while now, for a month even. You have three other drow with you that have been your teammates and friends for the most part in this battalion standard. This battalion standard is basically a name for like an adventuring party, but like in drow terms, the battalion standard is more or less just recorded all throughout the logs of each drow city to better keep track of what groups are where and where they came from, rather than just a whole, hey, we're adventuring parties. Hey, when we arrive here, we do quests. You guys are basically little bit more organized and a bit more guided in your jobs. But that doesn't mean you guys necessarily didn't have any sort of freedom. For the most part, let's see. Ralva and Zacnaphane, you guys would have 8. Let's see what this one is. Before you had graduated in the God-Touched Wilds, you guys were the first ones to come across one of the main tasks that the that the camp had entailed for the drow, the training drow there, which was to capture a Pegasus and tear its wings apart, to turn it into a nightmare, and to bring it back to camp. However, you guys got to the tearing of the wings a bit, but did not succeed in taming the nightmare. Let's see. Oops. It was decided that one of your battalion standard friends, who at the time was just like a training camp friend, would have these wings. They don't do much. They're just torn Pegasus wings, but they are still give off some sort of magic, and they could be used as some sort of material later on. And then, after graduating, your group took on your first job as... you guys get to choose.
Oh.
All right. There were a couple of interesting things you guys could have taken. There was subjugation of a rogue sort of like illithid colony that was beginning to like sprout near the reaches of Dirani over here. Very, very, very close. There was a lot of Drow participating in this though, but it was a illithid colony anyway. You guys were given the task to just provide logistics for this battalion that was about to undertake it. But the rewards, excuse me, were still quite a lot due to the fact that it is still an illithid colony, and you need quite a bit more Drow to take on even one of these guys. Another job that you guys could have taken was someplace in My Terranas needed an infestation problem taken care of. Deep underneath My Terranas, they had uncovered with their mining operations just another druid grove of sorts, but it was long abandoned, and this druid grove had all sorts of weird writhing plants, treants that were corrupted, and just living, but at the same time unliving masses of greenery that were shambling about and attacking the Drow on sight. They also have like main forces standing by, but they did call to every battalion standard that was possible in the region for participation. That one, the rewards were just the more you contribute, the more you're given stuff. And last but not least, in the Spider Queen's fortress, they called upon people to help escort slaves to be traded en masse towards the underground, towards the colonies of Durgar and the Drow that lived there. And it was just that, simple escorts. So, knowing your characters and their personalities, which one would you guys have taken as a group?
Let's discuss this.
Yes. I will list them out if you forgot them.
No, I remember the main two I was thinking of.
Yeah, I've main two as well. Is your main two?
Let me guess. The Dirani and My Terranas, or were you thinking Spider Queen and My Terranas?
I was thinking Spider.
Oh no, well, Spider Queen is more escort, as you said. Dirani was the illithid, and My Terranas was the what is it called? Treants.
Yeah.
And well, technically, as the criminal background, I did kind of choose Pirate Killer.
Yeah.
So which one did you want to do, Zach?
Let's go with My Terranas.
Okay. Meet in the middle.
Because
My
we were
Terranas.
both agreeing on My Terranas for the majority of it, so let's do that.
All right. And you guys, you can, since this is part of your background, I guess you can revisit the VOD later and like add it but basically, what I'm explaining now, you can add it to your background if you wish.
All right.
So my turn, us. All right. Someone, both of you actually, roll for me a d20.
Oh. Cool.
Bing.
Nice. Nah, holy shit, that's pretty
Holy crap! We both rolled really good.
good. Your battalion standard couldn't keep up with you two. You guys were exceptional. But they did provide like a solid supporting cast. Uh, the frontliner of your group, just an overly optimistic Drow, also in the Margoth family, um, would almost fall, but if it wasn't for both of you and your capabilities to quickly take down a foe, um, he was saved. As per the rewards for doing this over the course of 3 days, you guys would get all right, lottery time.
Oh
Okay,
god.
nice.
A lottery.
49. That's nice. And since you rolled a 20, nice. Okay. For your troubles, and due to the fact that it had been witnessed by one of the My Tyrannos officers there, yeah, you guys would be rewarded handsomely. So the money was split up, and each would get a fair share, but the other three would agree to although the money was shared evenly, the other three agreed to give you guys the pick of the treasure this time. Uh, Let me list them out. You guys can pick one each as I list these out.
I just hope that at least one of the items would work for me. This is interesting. I kind of like this.
Hmm. There you go. So each of you can take one that's displayed there. So there was so the Drow officer had opened up the to this battalion standard at least the more elite sort of section of the armory. Upon like the second city in there in My Tyrannos, as it's divided into 3 sections. In the second section on the barracks, he says, not much has been procured nowadays in terms of the common arms, but our treasury armory still has been quite untouched. flicks a bit of the dust off of the rapier, and then just simply like swings it out, rests it on the ground, and a bit shiny again, due to the fact that it's magical.
Okay.
Relatively sharp, as he demonstrates the long sword, holds up just a piece of, lets a piece of paper drop on its like edge, and it just cuts itself. Gives demonstrations of the armor as well. The best qualities there being the half plate and the studded leather, and last but not least, is some plaques indicating what the magic items were that were on display, but they are in the glass cases. And he says to you two, of course, it also includes these magic items. Feel free, peruse about, decide on what you want.
I'll let you choose first. Problem.
Mm. I'll copy and paste. I'll grab this.
Okay. Grab the
I did
cloak
not
and
know what
displacement.
that. I did not know what that cape and the mount back was, so I do have a question.
Yep.
Is that within sight, or could that be anywhere?
Uh,
Because
no.
I was looking it up and it
Check
doesn't
the
say.
if it can cast Dimension Door, then just check Dimension Door, and if Dimension Door says
Oh.
within sight, then yeah.
Does anybody know what the Cloak of Displacement does?
Oh,
Just sounds-
attacks against you are at disadvantage until you're hit.
Oh, nice.
Which is really good, especially for a fighter or a rogue.
Yeah. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn.
Oh,
So it actually refreshes quite easily too.
that's a really good spell.
Pink, pink.
Oh, Dimension Door?
Oh yeah, 500
Oh
feet.
yes. 500 feet, and do you need sight?
No.
There you
It's
go.
just I believe B is vocal, right?
Although be careful if you want to try teleporting 500 feet down. It's all over if you kind of get stuck in
Yeah,
in
kind of
ground.
figured.
Yeah.
Kind of figured.
Here's in the
I mean,
nether.
that's just maximum range.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take Cloak of the Mount back.
Sure.
Oh, Mount
Cloak
Bank.
of the Cape of the Mountebank. Sure.
Or
And
Cape of the Mount.
as a drow officer sees you to choose the cape and the cloak, he smirks a bit and he says, "Oh, one for fashion, aren't we? All right.
But of course.
Oh, shoo. Thank you for helping my Terranos. There's plenty of other jobs here, but I feel a bit uncomfortable with rather new blood in the armory. Off we go. Yeah, pushes you guys out of the armory, and all right, someone roll for me a d20 for your next event in your backstory.
D10?
20.
D20.
Oh, 20.
All right,
One of
I'll
us
be
will
right
roll
back.
for
I'll
that.
just. Oh, nice. It's near your 20.
Oh! Sweet. What is up with these good rolls?
Pink, pink.
Damn,
You
your
had an
D20s
adventure.
are high.
Yeah.
A D18, a D20, a D19.
There's D100s you want high as.
This D100s are low.
You want to hit that 100, man.
I do
Oh, wait.
want to hit that 100.
Is it
Imagine if we hit
backwards
the
now?
100. What would happen?
Bro, we've
We'd
hit,
be
we've
gods.
hit our 100 in our in this campaign with our magic weapon.
Wasn't cool.
One of the guys has like a OP staff. I don't know what it does, but he's got a staff from 12th. It's like I think he said it's like one of the strongest shit he's given out. Minimum 69. Yep, keep
I'm
that
looking
69.
at Cape of the Mountebank, but I don't. Oh wow, it's not saying that it needs a tuning. So
Doesn't it? Wow.
I'm looking at it. It doesn't say anywhere on
yeah,
there.
It doesn't.
It doesn't? Wow. What the hell?
No. I mean, it can only be used like once per day, but still.
think mine's attunement. I don't even. I have to look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if high is bad now. They rolled 49 and 28 for the loot, I think, and got this shit.
Yeah, he rolled the 28 because of the
I think
D20.
they want a 1, right? I feel like they need a 1. The 28 should have been nice, right? Plus 2 stuff is really good, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it was one of the strongest weapons that were given to a player in this campaign. Was one of the was the staff that in this Tai'ven Alashtar campaign.
Wait, I forgot. Do I specifically need wait, no, material would say. Wait, it would say material if I actually need
The Giga Stick.
like a staff. Oh, excuse me, if I need a staff or something.
It doesn't say attunement. Man, what the huh? The rare item.
It's a wondrous rare item.
Wondrous.
And I get a free 4th level spell.
That's pretty pog.
Very pog.
You got a really good escape.
Or really
engage.
good way to attack.
Or cut
Sneak
people
attack.
Oh my god, this cloak is crazy. Holy, cool.
Oh, the Cape of the
Cool.
Mountebank? Or the Cloak of
No, the
Displacement?
displacement.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, Displacement's really good.
I had one of
I think
those, but then my character died.
I would have
Die?
chosen a Ring of Protection, but I wanted to look at a Cape of the Mountebank first.
Damn, how'd he die?
Which guy?
The guy with the click of displacement.
That's the guy. What's the
Yes.
guy?
Meteor swarm.
Gets one hit by a dragon.
She got like fucking crushed by a giant.
You can't
Oh no,
hide
it'd
from
be
that.
even better if it was a dragon.
Yeah, kind of sucks, doesn't it? Cyclops.
Oh yeah, Cyclops. Yeah, Cyclops.
You know what would be? You know what's hilarious? Technically, I could just hit him without needing to roll an attack roll, and he would no longer have the what would it be, disadvantage? There would no longer be a disadvantage with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I could just hit him and he's fucked.
Well, at the start of my next turn, I can property comes back.
Yep.
Oh really? It's at the start of every single turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I just need to make sure I roll low and hit you in the back.
That's why I'm gonna stand 20 feet away from you. Pink! Well, you accidentally throw your dagger.
Yeah, you can
to the
still
right.
hit people even at disadvantage. There's still chances. But yes, relatively nice defensive item. Alright, 19. Your group's
mine's
streak of luck
good
continues. Your next job was definitely something in my Turnus again, although this time it's some other place asking for help. Just a little island off of the coast of my Turnus that isn't actually on the map. You guys sail there, south towards that island, and it is basically just a relatively nice just outpost guard duty. And the only reason why this was just lucrative and rather what's the word? Rather enticing to take was the fact that it was some sort of research outpost that had been at some times under attack by Sylvain basilisks. These are basilisks that are sea serpent-like, massive things, and have known to be just like had this island, this little tiny island, as their home once. And every now and then there's been attacks by migrating Sylvain basilisks, but nothing your team can't handle, and just unless your team happens to be mostly melee fighters, which in this makeup it wasn't. Thankfully, nothing happens, and you guys get paid for your week's worth of sort of like stint there. And during the final days, one of the researchers walks up to your group as a whole when you're in just their mess hall, getting your rations filled for the day, and she says, "Thank you very much for guarding us. Although nothing's quite happened, but we're still going to pay you. If you don't mind, we're still in need of rather talented individuals to explore some of the deep sea caverns. We have the equipment for you to use and the scrolls and the magic, but we need the proper talents. We've heard of your exploits in Myternas. If you'd like to take this job, we will extend the duration in which you are guarding us." She makes air quotes as she says guarding. Of course, being paid through that way, as well as being paid through whatever treasures you may find in this deep sea cavern. Of course, we ask you to bring back these treasures, and upon the bringing back of such treasures, we may either buy it off of you, or you can keep them yourselves. How does that sound? I forgot to say that. You guys got 400 gold each.
Holy crap!
That sounds very doable.
That's more than doable.
For the first mission.
Yeah,
second
that's just the first mission.
Yeah. You
Dude,
guys
that's
were
more than
at the time. You guys
doable.
were level 7, so definitely handsome pay for you guys, as well as the magic items.
Zaknoff,
Alright.
what do you think?
Actually, you know what? I am gonna do the voice. I think we should move it, and do the mission, my friend.
Okay. We'll go explore the deep sea caverns.
Excellent. Although keep in mind it is near the depths and the borders lining to the Titan Sea, but nothing you guys cannot handle. And this pay, this week's worth of like bodyguard pay only gets you guys 150 gold each. But 150 gold for a week for doing nothing, that's great. So an extra 150. And now for the deep sea caverns, both of you roll a d20, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Luck's
god, that
going
was
away.
bad. Oh no!
Ooh. It was
Terrible.
almost terrible.
I had a good time.
But the only reason you guys had actually gotten out of the predicament that did happen was because of the loss of a friend there, who had the other Margoth, who had been the most optimistic Drow of your group. When push came to shove, acted upon himself to be the hero when it came to stumbling upon the lair of a Behir, this large, like worm-like creature that sprouted many legs and even more lightning bolts out of its mouth. The fighting was fierce and intense, and although this party was pretty well equipped to handle this like underwater combats, as well as the excuse me, the situation, they were in fact not ready for just the sheer amount of flesh they had to carve through, as well as the lightning. the beast seemed territorial, so when the party did flee, it did not pursue too quickly. It seemed a bit more cautious as well. However, in order for the party to flee successfully, one of your battalion standard friends had to stay back and distract them. Missing in action, your friend Rovarg Margoth is presumed dead.
No, not my brother.
Not quite your brother. There's a lot of people with
Yeah.
Margoth in their name, but yeah, he was pretty much your brother. You'll miss his stories around the light crystal fires, and even though most of them were exaggerated, at least they were funny. You guys did not get much from that exploration, and you had lost a companion. The research, the research team and the representative says sorry for your loss, but this is part of the battalion standards jobs, and they gave you the rest of the pay for the week for the extra week that you had guarded them. So all in all, you guys get 300 gold from that.
Oh, so we're up to 700.
Yep.
Sweet.
Because a total of 700 each. Okay. So cameraman, roll for me a d20.
Oh
You decide the
God,
next event.
he's gonna make our lives a living hell.
Well, if he rolls a nat one, I'm calling it.
16. Now this was a rather weird request. As you guys headed back to Tai'ven Alashtar to give the bad news. Apparently the training camp was now empty, but it seems the next job was to go around that place again in order to scout out some sort of a weird occurrence. The place there near the training camp had all of a sudden had most of its vegetation turn a different color, which is weird because even though the God-touched wilds were rather random and had all sorts of fey and celestial influence, the perfect place for Drow to go wild and free and kill everything in sight. The nature didn't really change much. It didn't even wasn't as malleable to the magics. In fact, they were quite rigid, and they were more on their natural sort of like place. They adapted to like the surroundings and stayed as is. Here, apparently near the training camp when you guys arrive, most of these trees and the greenery and the shrubbery around here are surface colors, which is odd. It shouldn't happen here in the Underdark. As you guys prepare to investigate, how would you two approach this problem? How would you two go about investigating such a phenomenon? What would you start with?
See if there's a mass gathering of it. Try to trace it back to its lead. Like if there's kind of if it branches outwards. If there's maybe a source.
Okay.
Maybe it started.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right. Nice. That's a pretty good way to start off. Either of you roll either a survival or a perception check then.
I'll go ahead and roll perception.
I'll do survival.
Well, I think he said or.
Oh no, either of you. So both of you can make a roll, and then both of you can make either roll of survival and perception. 5. Okay.
Oh god, that was terrible.
15. I mean, for the most part, rather, it seems that there's some sort of like source to this, as there is some sort of like dense concentration. And with the rest of your party, including Zachnafane, watching it back, as he says the coast is clear, you find yourselves in what seems to be some sort of the source of this looks to be like this sort of small pond that has some sort of like water fountain feature of just like water sprouting from its like center, spreading out a bit, then falling back down. The pond itself, again, seems unnatural to this place at least. You guys have not quite seen water this blue before. What do you do?
So to kind of lay out the picture, you said it's a like a small pond.
It's a small
The
pond
fountain?
with the water fountain like features.
Okay. Is there stillness to the water? Is there ripples?
There are ripples, but only when the water shoots out from its center and lands.
Okay. And how often does it shoot out?
It seems to be a constant stream,
Okay.
like a very very lesser geyser.
Like putting
An
my head to the
underground
ground and
spring.
kind of looking across. Does it seem like it's coming up more, or is it kind of settled? Does it feel
Make a
like it's
perception
constant?
check.
Okay. So if this pond gets bigger, it's gonna get bad. Perception.
9. It's hard to tell, really. It's too much of just the awkward sort of like greenery around you, emitting different sort of smells, and the essence of the man around here being quite different to what you're used to.
Okay.
And it's it's convoluting the senses.
Okay.
You mind if I make a Arcana check?
What are you looking for?
I want to try to see find the main source of most of the mana that's coming from the air.
Now, you don't need to make a check for that. It's still quite hard to
okay.
tell due to the fact that the God-touched wilds themselves are always just the abundance of mana is just everywhere. And due to the abundance of the mana here comes the fact that the rifts from the celestial realms and the Fey realms opens constantly and produces these either phenomenon or monsters and creatures for you to slay.
Right.
Sticking a sword down in the water, how deep does it go? I'm not touching the water, but how deep
Wait.
does it sink?
Are there any sticks?
You can't quite tell. It just keeps on going until until the sword hilt nearly hits the water, which will nearly hit your hand.
Okay, I'll pull it right
Are
back
there?
Yeah.
Are there any very long sticks longer than his sword?
Not that you can see. No, you'd have to touch one of these trees and pull off a branch. One of your battalion standard friends double checks as well by shooting an arrow into the center of the water directly down. They just perform the feat of acrobatics where they just draw the longbow, knock, and cartwheel jump over the pond, shoot down, and land on the other side. And he says, "I didn't see no bottom." He shrugs.
Can I make
Any,
an acrobatics and perception check at the same time to see if I can actually see how deep it is?
Doing the same sort of like stunt he did.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the same stunt, which is why I said acrobatics as well.
Sure.
Alright, so Acrobatics first.
No problem.
Ooh. Wait, was that in that 20?
No.
No, very close though. Very close. And then perception.
15. Yeah. Still hard to tell.
Zach, I have a couple ideas if you want to entertain them.
Go ahead and tell me, my friend.
All right. Say, do we have any of that gear from that water or the deep sea cavern that we explored?
It's like one of your teammates. Just name them now. There is a Mia Alashtar and Nest Escadora. Nest is your other archer friend. Not as talented as you as the proper archer for this group, but makes up for it with his insanely good vision.
Okay.
And Mia is pretty much your logistics and your magician as well. Although her magic is definitely more of the supporting kind. She has she carries around the haversack in which you guys store your things, and she says, "Nope, they wouldn't let me. I tried nicking one off. No. Plus they're like big, bonk, clunky helmets."
That's true.
You could have let me
Could
try to steal them, my friend.
Could take a rock and tie it with some rope and see how deep it is. Yeah, that's an
Okay.
option.
They
Do you
all
have
like
any rope?
watch as you tie the rock with the rope and let down the rope, let it down more and more and more until it reaches the end of the rope at its maximum length of 50. Excuse me, 50 feet, and apparently you can still go down deeper.
So how curious are you guys? You guys want to tie some more rope to this, or?
No, I have idea, my friend.
Nest shakes his head. I'm good. Good enough to say trees don't smack us on sight. You want to report it back? I don't think we're pretty equipped for this. And Mia says, I mean, I can make you guys breathe water if you want to go in.
We do not know what the effects of the water on our bodies are, my friend. We must not move it directly into the water. Not until we test it on organic life.
Mia pouts, but Nest agrees. He nods. Agreed. Let's not risk our lives.
I do have an idea though. I'm not saying this in character. I'm saying this kind of out of character to Bob. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it. How close is the nearest tree?
Around 20 feet ish.
How tall is the tree?
It's a good 10 or 12 feet. It's a deciduous oak tree.
Oh, so not very thick, but still thick enough.
Yeah, it's thick enough.
Can I try using Eldritch Blast to knock the tree down?
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Sweet. Oh god,
What?
why do I have a bad feeling all of a sudden?
Is there like an unnatural blue to this, or is it just blue?
It is just blue water.
I'm gonna touch it.
Alright, so no, do not touch it. Let the tree
Hands
touch
moving.
it first.
Alright.
Motion
As
of
the
the
blast
ocean.
goes off and you begin to touch the water, Mia just says, "Oh, here it comes," and she smiles, and Nest just groans. He says, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
14 force damage.
23 hits, 14 points of force damage. The tree is hit. It is still a tree.
Well, no, I was trying to knock it down.
And then you realized, hang on, that didn't hurt the tree at all. What?
Oh, that is strange.
Yeah, strange. And then, Vogue, as you touch the water, you look at your hands once more, and nothing happens. It's water.
Nice.
Okay,
I
thank God.
figured.
I was gonna.
Make a con save, by the way.
Oh yeah, I will.
Oh no.
Don't worry.
You're not even
know that.
attuned with magic, that's the thing.
Where's my con? There it is.
24. You don't feel too good, and some of your skin's color begins to change to green, but then you kind of like shrug it off. Your body resists it, and you watch as mushrooms did sprout out of your skin, thump, 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 but then they fall
Oh
out.
God. Why did I know that was a bad idea to touch it?
Oh, and Nest was literally about to shoot you as well, Ralva, and he says, "Oh, sorry, precautions. I've seen a play about mushroom zombies before."
Oh, okay. Sure. You just want my bow, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Arrows, not
I
bow.
knew it was a bad idea to touch the water. That's why I tried to move it.
But
That's why I tried to use the tree to move it.
don't your blasts do a little bit more than that? Kind of, and he Nest shoots the tree, and he lands his mark. It just sticks in it,
It
and you watch as the tree all of a sudden sprouts branch-like arms, and like
It should have dealt.
grabs the arrow out.
Oh,
And,
by the way,
and
it
Nest
should
just
have.
says, "Okay, we run. Yes, run."
It should have dealt more damage than that. It should have been 17. I forgot to add the fact that I have agonizing blast.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Can I quickly scoop some water from in my canteen? Like, not try to get my hand wet, but kink.
Make a dexterity check.
What would be sleight of hand? You think?
I'll allow that. Yes.
Okay.
So
Because if we're gonna
the
show
tree
up somewhere, we
is
gotta have
alive.
fruit.
Yeah. Do you guys run with Nest?
I suggest we get it. I suggest we
Oh,
move it.
man, you get.
Out of here.
Oh, you easily get some of the water into the canteen. Don't worry. It's just your hand was soaked. Make another con save.
God damn it!
18. You're fine.
Oh!
The same sort of thing happens, and Nest was just running alongside you, going, "Oh fuck, not a oh shit." Well,
Everybody, get over to me so we
Kind
can
of
move
offers him
it.
one of the mushrooms growing on me. Like, hey, you want a mushroom?
nah, I'm good. Yeah. He jogs just further away from you.
Wait, are the trees moving
The
towards
trees
us?
there's a couple of the trees seem to move towards you guys, but they are very slow. And as Nest covers just a bit of distance, he turns around and he says, well, magic didn't seem to do much, and my arrows didn't even pierce fully.
All right.
Do we just leave this here, or do we try fight him?"
I don't think we'll win. We saw what the blast did to him. I think we run.
You went when?
Yes,
Hey, you went get touched, and Mia is like preparing some spells, and she says, "Come on, we're way faster. Let's take him." And Ness says,
Wait.
"Good God, let's not."
Okay, so the closest tree to me is about what, 15?
You guys
feet
have
away?
already ran away. They are slowly inching their way towards you guys, but they are around 60 feet away.
I feel like
Alright,
we're on
I'm
the
going
channel.
to stop where I am and turn around.
All right.
I am then going. Let's see. You said 60 feet away? Let me check
Yep.
something.
Zaknaf, what are you doing?
Mia is gonna cast Bless on the three of you,
Okay.
and she says,
Oh,
"Whatever
fuck,
you're
I'm
doing,
not close enough.
hopefully it works."
I am not close enough. Let them get closer so I can move it.
How close?
no.
I go ahead and just stand there holding my hands out as if preparing a spell.
Okay. The
I'm not
trees-
casting it just yet, I'm just getting ready.
Alright, the trees move 40 feet closer, and then 30 feet, and then at 20 feet range, they then just like, now you see like how slow they are, and at the 20 feet range, they kind of just like look at you, and then they turn around.
I'm going to go ahead, step 10 feet closer, and then I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
Let's
Alright.
go ahead and make an attack roll.
Roll for damage.
This is gonna be hopefully a lot of damage. And they also need to make a dex save.
Okay. They're trees. They're not very dexterous. I'd say with this, and you watch as the fire engulfs this tree, and all of a sudden the other trees just begin retreating as well, very, very, very slowly though. And
I knew it would work.
and yeah, and this tree just burns very, very easily, and it just. If you could hear a tree scream, it would. As this one eventually just turns to ash in agony. And Nest goes, "Oh, I got nothing. We leave it to this guy to burn them all. Yeah, got enough
I
to burn them
cannot
all.
burn very many trees, just just a couple.
Oh."
Wait, let me
Nest-
check to see how
Nest
many
kind of
spell
sits
slots
down
I
on the
have in
ground.
total.
He just like observes the whole like now slightly moving part of this forest. And Mia claps. Yay! Good job. Wait, hang on. I can
So
do that.
all the trees escaped?
They don't actually.
Except-
They're just still there. They're just moving very, very slowly away from you.
Does it look
They're
like it's
afraid, eh? Well,
Yeah.
no, the tree's dead.
Looks like fire seemed to do the trick.
Why did I figure that was gonna work for some reason? Can I go ahead and check the ashes for any kind of like residual magic?
Residual magic you probably won't see just like as an eye sort of thing, unless you had like some sort of arcane eye.
I well, I was gonna use my Arcana, like it's more sense for it.
Sense for it, it's everywhere.
Fair
You're
enough.
still in the God Touched Wilds.
Fair enough. I wasn't thinking about that for a second. The
No
God
worries.
Touch Wilds would.
But as for checking the ashes already, Mia's already no. She's the loot goblin of the team. She's already there. With her staff, just like sweeping it away, sweeping the ash, and she just shakes her head. Nope, they didn't drop anything. Hey, let's report this. Or do you want me to burn the rest of the things?
They're not going to bother us anymore. I think we are fine. Let's move it the fuck out of here.
Nest goes, finally. Fucking nature.
burn them?
He holds his hand up for what was the girl's name?
Mia.
He holds his hand up for Mia for a quick high five.
Yeah, she gives you a bro fist on the high five. She goes,
Wow.
Yep, good job, you. Let's go.
My character is going to go ahead, wrap his arms around the. Wait. You know what? Bad idea. I can wait on that.
I don't suppose anyone's thirsty, right?
Do not drink the water. It would not be very welcome.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not see Mushroom Zombies Part 2.
Has to be a
I
problem.
go ahead and attempt to. Wait. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to take it out of his hand. What would I have to roll for that?
Sure.
Oh wait,
I just-
like what pretense are you doing? Are you coming up to snatch it? Or you're
I'm-
just trying to like look at it.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna snatch it.
Are you gonna snatch it while he's not looking, or are you just gonna snatch it while he's holding it?
Might as well snatch it while he's holding it right now.
Okay. I mean, so you see this coming. So both of you
What are
make
we-
both of you make an acrobatics or athletics check to
Okay.
avoid each other's.
Oh god, that was a nat one. He won
well,
that.
well, Zaknafane, you definitely missed by quite a bit, and now Ralva is a bit more secure on their canteen.
Not so fast.
Okay,
And this goes,
you
are
win,
we
my
really
friend.
wanting?
I'm gonna go over to him and just wrap my arm around him kindly, but attempt to use sleight of hand.
Oh, he's well aware now.
Yeah.
And
Would
the
it
sleight
be?
of hand
Could I
attempt
roll with disadvantage?
no, it just does not work.
Damn it! I was gonna say, let me try with disadvantage. Maybe it'll work.
Sadly, it doesn't
Okay,
work like that. Yeah. But yes.
I'm just gonna playfully pat his ass and move along.
Okay. And yeah, you go.
Pride.
Going back towards the training camp, you guys report everything, or more or less the talking squirrel of the group does, and Mia and the previous overseer of the camp, a general of Tai'ven Alashtar, kind of just has the most confused look as she explains everything, and she has some sort of understanding, and then your ex teacher, your overseer of the camp, the Renee Alashtar, then says, "Well, that's all nice," she says, not finding the words to just really comment on what happened before, and she says, "Frankly, we're not equipped for this. We'll get one of our druids from the Royal Guard to investigate it."
I recommend you move it with all the spellcasters you can and burn it all down.
Burn it.
And I collected a sample of the water, but I'd be very careful when you handle it. It almost was turning me green and making me grow mushrooms. Kind of slide it over.
And she takes the canteen, opens it, checks the contents inside, closes it, hands it back to you. Produce it to the alchemists over at the dungeons in in Palace Alashtar. They won't give you a reward, but they'll be rather thankful. And should a prototype be produced out of your sample, they'll let you know, and they'll probably give your battalion standard the first dibs on whatever it is they make. And they make a lot of things. And Mia says, "Yay! Oh, like this?" And she pulls out a bolt for crossbows, which none of you kind of use. And the overseer looks at it, cocks an eyebrow. "Yes, like that. Curious as to how you got one, but yes." She nods. "Here's your pay. Thank you for the investigation. We'll handle it from here. You guys get another 150 gold each from that. And you do not get turned into some sort of weird mushroom zombie."
Thank God. I would have ended up having to burn him alive.
Yeah, anyway,
First
my roll.
session, last session.
As you would eventually hand it over to the alchemists, they do produce something out of it.
Oh.
And it is actually usable by the two of you. Well, but by two, I say Nest and Relva. And they say, "There you go. A small vial attached to your arrows," this researcher says. And he gives you guys 2 vials each, Nest and Relva, and he says, "Basically, it's a more concentrated version of the sample you'd given us. It was rather easy to make, actually. There's all sorts of spores that live underground, and apparently that clear water that you had was just a collection of the most infectious of these spores. Spreads throughout your entire body immediately. If you
Plant zombie?
No, not quite. But I saw that play. Pretty good." Nest just makes a comment. "Fucking hate horror." And the researcher says, "Yeah, righto. And interesting fact. Regardless of whether you just put on your skin, they drink it gets into their blood, they'll grow mushrooms. But there's a chance that it'll be harmless mushrooms that fall out of their body. mushrooms that explode in poison, or mushrooms that'll cause them to rot. Pretty cool, huh? But
That's a
training
legitimate. That's a legitimate roll. To see what the hell's gonna happen to them. Holy hell, that's bad.
So basically,
But good.
you succeed on the con save. You grow mushrooms you can eat. You fail the con save. You grow mushrooms that explode and only blind you momentarily, but sting your skin and your eyes. You fail the save by more than 5. You grow mushrooms that explode and sort of acidify your skin, hurting a lot.
Okay.
So you have 2 Relva, you get 2 vials of for now they just name it, they're very unoriginal, mushroom poison.
How many
Applicable
uses?
applicable to your arrows, actually, since they are like actually smaller vials that can be attached to like the arrowheads without changing the weight too much. It's very
Wait,
light.
To
Could it be
bolts as
attached
well,
to
or no?
anyone?
To bolts, it can be to bolts, yes. It's a little bit
How many
more awkward for bolts.
1 use per vial?
1 use per vial, yes.
Can it be attached to any weapon or no?
You can. It'll probably be only for the 1 turn that you use it, but if you have like a dagger or a sword, you can coat it in that.
Anything that
briefly make the
could be
attack.
able to. Anything that could actually send it into the bloodstream.
Yeah, anything that could make them. Actually, it's just contact.
Contact.
It is a contact.
Oh, because of how concentrated it is, it can soak into the skin directly and go into the bloodstream.
Yeah. And he goes, right, enjoy. We don't have money. We don't have any more. We'll make some in a month's time.
Can I ask
I
him
was
a
going
question
to
real
pay
quick?
you for
Yeah,
something.
sure.
You said it's super concentrated, right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, if we were to dilute it with water, could we make mushrooms from it, if need be?
Not quite. You see, water's not exactly the perfect sort of solution to dilute it from. Dilute it with, sorry.
What is the best soluble to use, my friend?
Not water, but mind quite a bit of well, let's say I'll give you like some sort of example, since you lot actually have some science knowledge in you. So when you put these like pure metals, some of them well, they haven't really put a name for them, but they're meant like limestone, but they're not. And when you put them in water, it just explodes. These sort of things, it's not actually normal water. And if you want this not normal water, we'll call it mushroom water. If you put the mushroom water in the water, it explodes.
Can you potentially make it more dangerous using alcohol?
What was that, sorry?
Could you? My character asked if they could potentially make it more dangerous using alcohol.
Colorado. Afraid not. As you know, alcohol
I figured.
I would have a bit of water in it.
Well, that is true, but I figured because alcohol is made using. I had the word in my head. Hold on. Is made by fermenting certain ingredients into the water. It would eventually actually cause the 2 spores to clash and create something more dangerous.
Yeah, maybe, but you can't dilute a solution that could make it explode in the first place. Gotta need I don't know, fucking vat of acid. And yes, we tried that. Nothing.
Do
So
you
just
think
use
it's
water.
exposed
Was
to
that sorry?
plants?
One at a time.
Sorry, I was talking more to myself. I apologize.
Yeah.
Do you think this exposed to plants could accelerate their growth?
Nah, we tried that. That's the first thing we did. And, since, it kind of mutated it, the plants were around in the God Touch Wilds, yeah? Or made them alive. Well, it turns out it wasn't this thing's doing. Whatever this thing is, he taps the vial. Some weird
Now,
shit.
are we out of the we are out of the God Touch Wilds, correct?
Yeah, you are. You're already in Tai'ven Alashtar.
Do you still have samples of the spores? Yeah.
I mean, if someone were to like take the poison and mushrooms would fall out of them.
No, direct spores from the water.
Oh no, that's the weirdest bit. It ain't quite water. It's spores in liquid form.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you're already looking at it. It shows the vial.
Oh, fair enough. He holds his hand out so that he could see it. I'm gonna try to roll an Arcana check if it's handed to me.
What's the Arcana check for? What are you trying to look for?
More so magical potency about it, without actually directly touching it. Now that we're out of the God Touched Wilds, it's much easier to actually see the magical potency of it.
Sure. Roll an Arcana check.
Sweet. Okay, skills. Please be good, please be good, please be good.
9.
Ah, crap.
Hard to tell. It does give off some magical essence to it. So you get the sense, this was definitely like fey or celestially tainted, but you're not sure which one, or you're not sure if it even is like that good of an item. But it's there.
Send some to the mages. I
What's
have a
that?
sense that it could be. My character said to send some to the mages. He has a sense that it could be used for spells, potentially.
Nah. The researcher is like a little bit confused. I mean, yeah, I know. I cast. Nearly everyone in the labs casts. Yeah, we know what we're doing. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Ruin someone's day with this. Off you go. Shoot.
Alright, so I guess we're taking off? If
If you want.
that's
I
all
mean, he
for
does say
everybody
shoot,
else.
but like he's staying there if I have any more questions.
Rolva, do you have any more questions? Buck?
I do not.
Okay. I think that means we're heading out. Unless the NPCs have questions.
They're not with you.
Okay. So,
Alright.
we're taking off, right?
As you take off. Oh shit.
Oh god.
What happened?
That's a 2 on a D20. Why do I have a very bad feeling all of a sudden?
We did good.
I mean, don't worry about it.
Don't
The
worry
next mission
about
that you
it.
take is requires you to actually sail now to the Spider Queen's fortress from one of its main islands. And as you are on the boat, there is a little bit of an issue with the whirlpool that does sort of protect the Eye of Mother around the Spider Queen's fortress. The whirlpool seems to stop, and immediately both the fortress's on either island, the alarms start flaring up, and the captain of the boats that you guys are on says, "What in the what?" And before he could even finish his sentence, um, Drow, that have the studded leather armor, but in full black, they have these raven-like wings sprout out from their back, surround the ship. With their spears out, and one lands on the ship and goes to the captain, and he says, "Captain, you and your crew are under watch." And he says, "What? We're just sailing through. What did we?" And he says, the one in the wing says, "You are under watch. This is a phenomenon we're not familiar with. You are under arrest, so is your crew and your passengers, until we figure out who has done this." And he points to like the whirlpool just going to a complete stop, and the water's calming. And a bunch of the passengers begin shouting and like in protest, and it's like, and one just like says out loud, "Obviously we didn't just like hey, like you can put us to the torture rooms, like we didn't do it, we'll see." And there's a whole bunch of protesting before he just says, "Silence. The Eye of Mother is a sacred place. We are just doing our jobs, and if you are indeed innocent, you'll be gone in a week." And there's a bit of a week's delay as you and your battalion standard are then kept in cells for a while. Day passes. Boredom takes you guys. But you know you're innocent. You didn't really do anything. Mia fidgets a bit. Bored. Nest. Prances and meditates the entire time.
Are we all in separate cells?
You're all in the same cell.
Okay.
Your equipment is with you at least, except your weapons.
We should roll dice out of boredom.
Mia just looks up and she says, "I don't have dice."
I do.
Nah. Nest is still transient. And it's at that point, then the 6th day, when they take Nest and Mia out for interrogation, they don't seem to come back. And on the 7th day, when they take you guys out, you guys are put into like the same sort of room. Mia and Nest are still there, but they seem to be beaten, bloodied. And there is one of the Drow torturers there of the Spider Queen's fortress, clad in black, an iron whip by his side, and a rapier on the other. And he says to the rest of you two that have entered, "And you two are friends of these two, yes?" He points to Nest and Mia.
Yes, we are.
Of course. We came together, did we not?
He looks down on the ground, and as the magic symbol flares up as you guys say these words, he nods. "Truth. Then are you accomplices of their works?"
Elaborate.
Please.
"Do you know
elaborate.
anything about the shutting down of the defenses of the Spider Queen's fortress?"
No.
Nope.
He looks down, looks to your eyes again. "Truth. Then it is settled. You will only be receiving minimal punishment for accompanying the criminals. And at that point, Nest and Mia are like taken away, and you two
Explain.
are immediately just they begin to bind you as you say explain, and he says they have been found tampering with the defenses. Their minds already broken, probed for information. It seems we do not need to do the same with you two. And for that, I thank you for making this expedient. Only the minimal punishment, he says, repeating the words. Keep in mind.
May I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You can
keep
do
in
that.
mind, you are now stripped of your names. You are of Tai'ven Alashtar no more, but you are still Drow, wherever you are sent to in the surface. You will still carry out the will of Choth, the will of Mother. Your equipment will be given back to you, and your weapons, and your possessions. But for minimal punishment, you two will be exiled. That's when you're bound completely, and your hands and your eyes are blindfolded. And he says, traitors, you are not. Do not ever forget this. But punishments and examples must be made.
Hold up. I have a question.
Yes.
May I be the one to execute the two traitors?
He's make a persuasion check.
Oh, hell yeah. Expertise, baby. Wait, no. Persuasion, not expertise, but still.
19.
Ooh!
And he says, blinds off. And your blindfolds are taken off, both of you. And he says, it is only appropriate. Yes. And you two are sent to the the execution chambers, where there isn't quite much decor here, nor there is any sort of like much blood on the walls. But they lie there waiting. They have chosen their methods of execution, as Nest has opted for being poisoned and paying for his treachery in a slower death, whereas Mia, cowardly as she is, has opted for a quick beheading. And then the warden, it seems, who has introduced himself as just the warden, and then says, do not forget, you are Drow. And gives you the table of weapons and poisons, and he lets you do as you wish with them.
So, Vog, quick question. Which one do you want to take? Nest or,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to respond at
Mia?
the moment, so it'll be up to you. I knew what you were thinking, though.
My character first turns to the warden before deciding to look at the weapons and asks very simply, can we have that effects? Like their weapons and armor and whatnot.
Yes, yes, you may.
My character goes to the side of them so he's perfectly lined up with them both, and simply spreads his hands. He then, decidedly, casts a spell. Burning Hands.
And as they are bound, it cannot escape from it. and they're already beaten close to death. And as the fire takes them, Mia screams in agony, and Nest clenches his teeth. The first one to die very quickly, however, though. Nest, it seems, as soon as the fires had hit him, quite a man, a solid man, to the bitten his tongue so that the pain would end quicker, and he had died quicker. But Mia, it screams until even her vocal cords are just given out. She shakes there, on the post that she is just hanging on, and eventually she too perishes.
I know it seems bad, but I don't feel bad at all.
Good. The warden
But
says.
no, that was out of character.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I know.
Okay.
The warden continues and he says, "Good. Do not give them their wishes. For you are Drow. You will do well on the surface. May the darkness of Choth guide you." And the room repeats with the rest of the gods that were on standby. May the darkness of Choth guide you. And as you are blindfolded once more, you're bound quickly, but not too forcefully. And you hear their things being taken and eventually given to your lap as you're taken into some sort of a transport. You guess this is the purple worm transport that they have for the for the very, very important people, but they seem to use that to transport you guys up towards the surface. And in a day's time, you find yourselves in an unknown land. The sunlight unfamiliar to your eyes. The sun itself, a phenomenon that you know of and have always feared as Drow, now stands before you. The canopies in the trees provide shade, this small rest before you embark out into the unknown. You know of the normal surface world cycles, its day and night cycle, and its times as well. But everything else is on an unknown. Your new life has led you to this from a sudden turn of events from Tai'ven Alashtar. You may not see your family for a while, but eventually, even rogue and exiled Drow have a way to redeem themselves. And that is to take your revenge upon the surface world. Gain renown, gain infamy. Spread the chaos that you are meant to. And when this chaos reaches even the ears of the Underdark kingdoms, you will then be welcomed back as a hero. Welcome to Tai'ven Alashtar, both of you. You're now exiles alongside the main crew, and you'll be picked up shortly. But as to how you'll be picked up, you'll see. So, that being the case, their extra effects. Well, Nest to taking the Ring of Fire Resistance. Mia had taken a studded leather armor.
He really thought that I was gonna do Dimension Door. No, I was gonna burn them both alive if he didn't want to.
When you asked which one do you want me to take, I'm like, dude, this guy's about to Dimension Door.
No, I was gonna. My character.
I was ready to turn and tackle one of the cars.
My character felt very betrayed, and he went from neutral to chaotic neutral just now because of that.
And the Abersac.
So, which is reasonable if you think about it.
Also, no proof was presented to us, though. Well, that's what I was thinking.
However, they do have magic circles that tell them whether or not there's truth. So that's different. Magic never lies.
It always lies.
There you go. That was part of their effects that were given to you guys, and the rest were probably just trinkets kept by
What?
the
What's a
Spider Queen's
haversack?
fortress. Hmm?
What's a haversack?
You can look it up. Although that one's Mia's. You can look it up. Handy haversack. Welcome to this map.
Wait,
It's like
so I didn't. So we don't get her spell.
Spell?
We don't get her wand or staff, whatever the fuck it was.
It was just a normal staff.
Oh, lame. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was special.
Nope. Although Ness did have a special longbow.
Oh. Oh, I like this. Okay. I'll take the handy haversack and you can take the longbow. Now we can decide which of the other two we can split. Of course, the
It's
goal
not
is
hard.
Keep in
going
mind, most
50-50.
of these do have attunement, so
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't mind taking the attunement for the handy haversack.
that haversack actually doesn't have attunement.
yeah.
Another attunement, another non-attunement item for me. Oh, this is funny. I'll go ahead and take the Ring of Fire Resistance this time.
Is that
You can have
attunement?
the I think that one is, yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to take.
You
another
already have
attunement,
2
yeah.
attuning weapons, so
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take it.
I don't know, man.
Well, you have 2 attunement items, which is the displacement and the warning.
Is the warning attunement?
Yeah, that's attunement.
Okay.
That's why I said that's why I'll take the Ring of Fire Resistance so you can have the leather armor. Besides, next session, if we end up going into a town, I can always purchase some shit.
Well, just a few things to clarify.
Yes.
Every town is a kill Drow on site town.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Every city is that too.
There's no towns or cities that I could... Wait a second, I don't need to do that. I don't need to worry.
Oh,
I have Charm Person. I can just charm a guard. Oh, interpreter. So we're now at 1,200 gold each, or 1,250 each. So I'll go ahead and take the Ring of Fire Resistance and the Haversack.
okay.
I do like carrying shit, so I'll be honest, I am very much a loot goblin.
Me too.
Sure.
Alright, so handy haversack, which gives me how much more? Let me take a look. So it gives me in total an extra
40 pounds.
well, no, 20 for the 2 pouches. So that's 2, 20, 40, 120 extra pounds of carry weight. And it weighs 5.
Alright, there you go. Hopefully you found the introductory session quite nice, because you'll be doing a lot more now when you're in the surface. But essentially, now you know the randomness of what jobs can do for you. If the Underdark was quite random, here you can't really like take jobs unless you disguise yourself and take stuff in these cities. But the added fact that now, well, it's a sandbox campaign. You are, yeah, you are liking a map. So for now, you'll just have no idea where you are. And yeah, the next time these guys have taken it upon themselves to rest up at some secluded locations, maybe they'll beat you, and you can perhaps persuade the fellow Drow that you are of Cholth's warriors. You are true Drow. But for now, you'll just have to wait until well, they do that. So yeah. All right, friendly. Make sure you keep your team level-headed. Yeah, not go killing all the cities just yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to just slowly get into it, but not like close too much having that yet. But,
Taking the leadership position, yeah.
do I? Okay.
Maybe. Anyway,
How are you gonna
Hey,
put these guys in? It's gonna
Clyde.
be really. I don't want it to turn into PvP.
How do I increase my carry max?
What is your carry max right now?
Currently it's 165, but I get to increase it by 120 because handy haversack.
basically any values that you are putting in the handy haversack, you just don't put a weight value at all when you put the item on until you reach 120, and then that's when you start putting it in.
Oh well, it has a base weight of like 5.
Yep,
Naturally.
it's just like a normal backpack.
Okay.
My max carrying is
so-
100.
Oh, so it doesn't actually increase my max carry weight. Not in reality.
It does. It's because it's an extra dimensional space.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking like on the sheet, you don't actually you just don't input a weight value into things you wish to put into the haversack.
Oh, okay.
So rather than a bedroll that is 7 pounds, if you want to put that into the haversack, just put it 0. But you put a note next to the next to like the description saying in handy haversack or something.
Yeah, backpack always weighs 5 pounds regardless of the content.
Yes.
Oh, I just thought of something. I should actually check the haversack.
Nothing in it.
Damn it! I was gonna see if I could roll investigation.
Sadly, no. They emptied it out and took any personal and sentimental effects and gave you the rest of the treasures. that they
Wait,
had.
did they even take the 2 poison potions that Nest had?
They did not. They did actually.
Damn it! I was hoping that our buddy over here would get them.
Sadly, no. Yeah.
That sucks.
Alright.
So just save those for the bosses, I guess.
Perhaps. Anyway, catch you guys later.
All right.
And
Thank you very much.
and
man.
I'll message both of
Fun.
you when the next session happens in which you are being picked up.
Okay.
Anyway, see you for now.
Thank you, man.
GG,
Hey,
friend.
no worries. Welcome to the Tai'ven Alashtar. If you have any more questions about like the scheduling and how it's usually ran normally, you can ask friendly.
Alrighty.
We usually just do Wednesdays, and even if not Wednesdays, it's Thursday, Friday. And even if not those, the next week then. But yeah. Alright. Toodles.
Later,